Hello, welcome to my channel for hearty, healthy family recipes. Today I'm going to be making a Greek chicken stew with pasta. It's a really lovely one-pot dish. There's quite a lot of ingredients in it, but don't be put off by that because it's really worth it at the end. So I'll go through what we've got to go in it today. Skinless, boneless chicken thighs, about 600 grams there. 2 onions diced. 2 cloves of garlic sliced, a tin of chopped tomatoes, some tomato puree, 400 ml of chicken stock, about 150 ml of white wine, a handful of black olives, or however many you want. They're just going to go in at the end, so it's up to you how many you want to put in. You need some fresh thyme, the juice of 1 lemon. I've got a teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and a teaspoon of ground allspice in there. Some olive oil, and the pasta that goes in it is called orzo. I don't know if you've ever had it before, but if you haven't, try it because it's really nice. It's little rice shaped pasta. You can't get it everywhere, so I can't get it in Asda, but I can get it in Morrison's. And it's really good to add to soups and stews and things, just to thicken them up a little bit, make them a bit more hearty. So I've got 175 grams of that weighed out. I think that's it. I'll if anything else pops up, I'll let you know. But the first thing we've got to do is brown the chicken. So let's go over to the oven with the chicken thighs and the olive oil. I'll just get the olive oil, one sec. Okay, there we go. So about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in this pan. Okay. And I'll put that onto a medium-high heat because we're just going to brown the chicken. I'm just going to get some tongs. Oh, God. Right, so once the oil's heated up, I'm just going to put the chicken in. And I'll come back in a couple of minutes when the chicken's browning. Right, the oil's heated up now, so we're going to go in with the chicken. That's maybe not hot enough because it's not sizzling. It should sizzle really when you put the chicken in, but don't overcrowd the pan. I mean, you shouldn't really. There's only 600 grams of chicken, so it should be fine. But yeah, you just want to make sure there's enough room for all of them. You don't want to steam it rather than fry it. I think I said last week on one of my other recipes that if there's too much steam, it won't brown. They just kind of steam. So you want to make sure there's enough room in the pan for them all to get nice and brown. Okay, that's sizzling away in there now. I'll come back in a few minutes when it's browned. Right, I've had a bit of a disaster because my amazing non-stick pan is losing its non-stick, so all the chicken is it's all stuck to the pan, and I'm really embarrassed to show it you because it is brown, but most of the brown bits are stuck to the pan. So I mean, if you've got a better pan, this shouldn't happen to you. But and what I'm going to do is deglaze it so it won't be so bad, because all the bits that are stuck they'll be in the dish in the end anyway. But this does not look nice. It looks a right mess actually. I'll just turn this round so you can see. So this is a bit of a mess, bit of a messy situation we've got going on here. This is all that's really stuck there. Yeah, like I said, but oh God, that just splattered at me. I'm going to save it though, so just hang on, I will save it. Right, I'm going to try and get this chicken out of the pan now. Tongs ain't going to do it, I need this. So I mean, I wouldn't say they're exactly nicely browned, but if I leave this any longer, it's going to be a disaster. I'm not really sure if any amount of deglazing is going to help this here, but I'm going to chuck the onions in anyway. Right, the onions have gone in there. Wooden spoon, I think. I'm going to turn the heat down. That's probably... Right, I'm just going to fry the onions in this pan for 3 or 4 minutes, just until they're softened a little bit, and then we'll come back. Right, the onions have been frying for about 3 or 4 minutes now. They're nice and soft. I have managed to scrape most of the stuff off the bottom of the pan, and it smells really nice actually. But now I'm going to go in with the sliced garlic cloves and the cinnamon and the allspice. I'm just going to give that a good stir, and just only leave it for another minute or so, because you don't want the spices to burn and stick to the bottom of the pan. It smells lovely. You just give it a minute just to bring the bring out the smells really, and then I'm going to get the white wine. 1 sec. So this is meant to deglaze the pan even more now, so right, so I'm just going to turn the heat up a little bit, because you just want it to kind of boil a little bit and evaporate, and then you scrape the bottom of the pan. I mean, if you've got really burnt bits on the bottom of the pan, don't scrape them up into the sauce, because that won't be nice. It'll just be really nasty and bitter. But if it's just kind of like golden brown bits of chicken, which this is, it's not actually black, it's not burnt to a crisp, then it'll still be quite nice if you manage to scrape it all off the pan. I think it's not all coming off, I can tell you that. I'll just turn the camera around so you can see what this looks like. Right, so we've got the wine in here. We're just going to reduce that bubble and reduce that down, scraping all the bits off the bottom. You can see the pan doesn't look that bad now. There's still some bits that are stuck, but it's not that bad now. So we're just going to reduce that right down, and then add the rest of the ingredients. Right, the wine's been bubbling away now, and there's virtually no, I've cooked it until there's virtually no liquid left in it. So now that's done, I'm just going to take you over to the other side so we can put the rest of the ingredients in. Right, okay, so the onions are cooked with the wine and the garlic and spices. I'm going to pour these into a casserole pan. Oh God, I can't. Right. Sorry, this is really boring. Right. Chicken stock. I'm just going to pour it into the pan actually, just to get rid of any juices that are left. So chicken stock goes in there. Tin tomatoes, a tin of chopped tomatoes. About 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. And just get the chicken. So this really lovely golden brown chicken's going in now as well, with the juices. Thyme now, 2 or 3 sprigs, or to taste again really, however much you like. Just going to put in about that much. Oh! I'll clean that up in a minute. And some salt and pepper. Right, now this goes on to a low heat to simmer for 45 minutes. So I'll put that on now and then we'll come back when that's done. I meant to say actually before I put it in on the hob that this recipe is really nice done in the slow cooker as well. So what I would do is, you probably don't even really need to brown the chicken. Actually what I do is I buy those big chicken breast joints, the boneless chicken breast joints. So it's just a whole big chicken breast, and I'll take the skin off it. Then I'd put it in the slow cooker. I would fry the onions for a bit with the spices and the garlic, and then I'd literally just chuck everything in the slow cooker. You can cook that for I don't know, 6 to 8 hours or something on low. You will have to put the pasta in at the end, but I'll talk through that when we do that in a bit. So yeah, if you wanted to cook this in the slow cooker, you could do it like that as well. Right, so this has been in on the hob simmering for 45 minutes now. And now I'm going to put the pasta in, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like before I do that. Oh, I'll just hold up the... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look anything special. But that's what it looks like after 45 minutes. And I'm just going to put the pasta in now. And just give that a good stir in. So that's going to go back on the hob now for another half an hour. But after 15 minutes... you need to put in the juice of the lemon and the olives. I'm not going to stop the video and do that because it's just boring watching me put stuff in the pot. So that's what I'm going to do. 15 minutes. It's going to go back on the hob for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to put in the lemon juice and the olives, and then it will be another 15 minutes, and then it will be done. And I'll come back at that time and show you what it looks like when it's finished. Sorry, I forgot to say that the pan needs to be covered for the next 15 minutes while the pasta's cooking. So put the lid back on the pan, and then once you've put the olives and the lemon juice in, you can take the lid off and simmer it uncovered for the final 15 minutes. But you have to keep stirring it every so often, otherwise the pasta will stick. Okay, so this is done now. So it's had half an hour with the pasta in it. But after 15 minutes, I put the olives and the lemon juice in. You do have to stir it really quite regularly because the pasta sticks to the bottom of the pan quite easily. But so just make sure you're stirring it all the way through for the last half an hour while the pasta's in. And I'll just hold it up now, show you what it looks like. Just looks like a really nice stew. You will have to pick out the thyme sprigs, but when they've cooked, all the leaves come off them anyway, so you literally just have to pick out the sprigs. All the leaves are in there anyway. So what I'll do is I will dish it up and post a photo of it. So that's it for this week. Please like and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back next week with another recipe. Right, I've dished it up. I know that was going to be the end of the video, but just for a laugh, I thought I'd show you what it looks like compared to the photo in the recipe book. So, I mean, it looks nice. It looks really, you know, it's nice. I'm just going to turn this around and show you what it should look like. So this is the photo in the recipe book for the Greek chicken stew with pasta. This is the finished dish. I wouldn't say it looks exactly the same, but it's very nice anyway. So I'll try and get a good picture of this, but it doesn't look very photogenic, so you'll just have to take my word for it that it tastes delicious. So anyway, tune in next week for another recipe, and I'll see you then.